What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another day in Car Mechanic Simulator with me, the Virtual Mechanic, and today's project, this custom build Chevrolet El Camino, not by me, this is by the TruckFan. But before we jump into that, Happy New Year! It's 2023. Well done. I hope you're all feeling a little bit worse for wear after the celebrations of the new year. Hope you all had a good time. Hope it was all excellent and that you are wishing in the new year as well as you can. But it is also TruckFan's birthday, so happy birthday, TruckFan. This is why we're building this Chevrolet El Camino today. This is the Team Trucks TC666 Drag Demolisher, built by TruckFan especially for us to build today on the channel. Now, Team Trucks are a private army who decided that, they're a private army who supply and have trucks for when you need them when you're overseas battling, but they figured they'd give themselves a challenge of building a drag car to see if it can be any good, or a drag truck, should I say, see if it would be any good. And this is what they came up with, this beautiful TC666 Drag Demolisher. Absolutely fantastic. Did we get a good deal? We did indeed. 52,887 is what I paid, and I could sell it for 56,880, making a profit of 3,993 before we begin. But we're not going to do that. This has got in it the V8 M177 twin turbo rear wheel drive engine, ripped out of a Vantage, shoved into a El Camino. 835 factory horsepower on this one. We will be adding performance parts, increasing this one as much as we can. And I think it's going to be quite a lot. When I show you what's going on inside this vehicle, we'll start at the back. We got battery packs, we got dual fuel tanks, we've got a couple of air filters, more fuel tanks, one on either side there, a lovely intercooler, and the battery pack, which is just for extra battery power on this beautiful El Camino. And then if we go into under the hood, this is got even more. We've got air filters left, right, and center. The brilliant thing is, I reckon, with some of the coloring we can do with the quality of life mod, I can make this look pretty epic in here. Hopefully, we shall see. It is built by TruckFan. He is, I believe, going to upload it to the workshop as soon as he's got permissions, and there is a livery to go with it. So let's get started. Let's get this one over to the car wash. Let's get it cleaned up. Here we are then in the car wash with our El Camino. Very dusty. Let's get it cleaned and see what's going on underneath all that dust and grime. Oh, it's just a old off gold color with a green tailgate. Bit bizarre, but let's get the interior done. Let's get it back on the lift, and then we need to strip everything out of this beast, including that twin-turbo V8. Drag demolishers up in the air. We need to check for an oil pan and actually remember to drain it this time. There is an oil pan, so let's go and get that one drained out. Over we go, and out you come in there. Not bad. Definitely seen a lot worse oil than that. But there we go. Nice and easy. Now, what have we got going on underneath here? Let's jump in and let's find out. More air filters stuck in down the bottom there, meant to be exhaust. I like it. You've put some effort into it. Let's see what we've got then. So we've got double gearbox. Why have we got a double gearbox? Okay, fair enough. With the drive axles in the main drive axle down there, not connected from the gearbox itself. At least there's a rhythm to it, and then also the gearbox on top with the drive shaft in it, along with the drive shaft tunnel. There is a lot to unpack here, so let's start getting this off. Out you come here with the rear gearbox. Don't know why it's got two. It just has. So out you come. Then what do we need? We need this drive tunnel drive shaft. Out you come there. Anything at the back? No. And then we need the main drive shaft. Out you come. A lot going on here. I don't know why that secondary drive shaft was added over the top, but it was. There should be a starter hiding in here somewhere, tucked around. There is so much going on here. It is unbelievable. Where is the starter on this one? Other side. Let's get around. Is it down here? Oh my god, there it is, hiding away. Right, there we go. Out you come at starter, and then we'll grab the main gearbox. Two more, one rusty, one not. Out you come, and out you come. Now, what have we got going on down here? I have no idea. This is, yeah, there is a lot going on. So let's, I'm just going to grab the front ends of this out, just to be on the safe side. And let's try and rip this engine out and see what happens. Let's go and get it. Let's go and grab the lifter. As I said, there is a lot to this build, a lot to unpack. There is definitely a lot going on. So let's get you out of there, hopefully. No. Engine cover. Okay, that's a nice and easy one. I can do that from the top. Which is the cover? That one. Are you a cover? You are also a cover. You are manifold. You are manifold. So we'll try that again. Out you come. There we go. Second time's the charm, but I like saying third time's the charm. Now, let's just take a look at this engine bay. I'm not going to make you sit and watch me strip it all, because there is everything in the world in here. We got a radiator, a fan, a medium intercooler, 2 small intercoolers, an air filter, loads more air filters, another radiator with a fan housing kit, wishy-washy reservoir, coolant reservoir, power steering reservoir, battery, more air filters, ABS, more air filters, 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 more intercoolers. Yeah, there is a lot going on. I'm not going to make you sit and watch this because I don't even know what I'm doing. So I'm going to get all of this stripped out. I hope, I think, I don't know what's going on. And I'll come back to you in a minute. First of all, thank you, TruckFan, for giving me whatever this is, because this is going to take me ages to paint. I'll be back in a bit. We'll get all of this stripped out back together. Then we'll work on the bodywork before heading over to the paint shop to see what colours I'm going to pick to paint all of this. That's everything repaired, replaced, or upgraded, ready to go back in our little Team Trucks El Camino drag beast. Let's get it all stripped down, though. Work on this bodywork. Off with the hood. Off with the fenders. Let's get them out. If we pull that pull all the lights? It does indeed. Then we got the front bumper, and then that's all part of the framework. Out with the windshield. Out with the door. That's some frame. Out you come there. Do we have anything else around here? Yeah, there we go. Car part 1. There's a bit of side skirt action or a bit of piping or framing. Out with you, and then out with the tail lights. Do we have anything else there? There's too much going on this build. Keep going around. Out with you, out with you. Is that everything for the frame? I can't seem to see any. Oh, there we go. We forgot this part down here. If I could reach it. There we go. Out you come as well. Black framing on there. So let's get the interior out and then check if we have got everything. Out you come, and out you go there. And let's have a look. Did we get everything? 1%. That is a good sign. Anything in this screen? Rear left door. What is a rear left door? There we go. That's everything now. Can't believe I missed that. That should be everything. Nothing on there. And then down to 1% on there. Frames at 36%. And I bought it for 52,000. So I'm going to say 850. 500. Way, way, way off. We're not going to go check out all the body parts for the El Camino. We've built it before many a time. So we know what comes with it. I'm just going to get on and get this one back together exactly as it came apart. Won't be changing anything. It's not my build. It's TruckFan's build. And this is how he wanted to see it. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go repair all of that. Buy what I need to buy. And then we'll get this little beast back together before we head over to the paint shop. Time to get this absolute monster all back together then so we can get it over to the paint shop and check out the livery. Let's just get it all on. It is all exactly what came off. On with the hood, on with the fenders. Let's keep going around. The lovely front end. I do like the front end and the front bumper on this one with the black trim. You know I'm a big fan of black trim. So let's get it all in. Windshield in you go. And then we've got the doors, window, and lovely little blacked out mirror just here. Go around to the other side. Let's get the other side in and ready to go. In you go and on with that mirror there. Then we've got a little piece of trim down the back here. Rear window. And then we've got the rear bumper. The tailgate or the trunk, whatever you want to call that. Tail lights, in you go, both with the black trim. And then we've got some more black trim going around the edges there. Along with a fuel door and then some side trim. If I could get it, couldn't click on it then. And there we go. And then we've got the rear clamshell, which is a hood, trunk cover, flatbed cover, whatever you want to call it, with some roll cages on the inside. That should be everything on the bodywork, apart from these license plates. So we get these on. I've gone for TC666DD for drag demolisher on there. Let's get you on and let's get you on. Then we'll get the interior back in. I left it with the original interior because of that roll cage. I did try some other seats, as you can see there, but they just didn't fit with the roll cage. So back in with the original seats and the original wheel. If you look there, they don't really clip with the roll cage. Everything else I tried massively clipped in and with that roll cage. Now, is that everything? 100%, 100%, 100%. Fantastic. Let's get the drag demolisher El Camino over to the paint shop and stick on today's livery. Well, here she is then, the drag demolisher. We've taken some inspiration from the original liveries that come with it, which are just the hood stripes there. But we've extended them all the way down the back, done them in red with a little bit of orange on the outlining there. Looking pretty cool. We've also got Team Trucks TC666 drag demolisher down the side in yellow and red with a bit of red striping down the sides of the vehicle, looking pretty sweet. If we just open the doors, we've got some red on the steering wheel there, and a little bit of red trim on the underneath of the seats and the seatbelt clips, just to give it a splash of red on the inside. That's what we're going with. We've got incredibly a black engine bay. We're going to be mixing a black, red, and yellow. Maybe a splash of orange in there if we can. And the same for the underneath for the suspension. So yeah, I'm now going to spend the next 3 weeks painting all of those engine parts. There is absolutely tons of this to go in there. That's all going to be painted. Everything on the bed's going to be painted as well. And a lot of all of the underside is all going to be painted. Hopefully to look absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to get all of that done. Get it back on the lifter, and then we'll start reassembly. Finally, that's everything painted, ready to go back on the drag demolisher. Looking pretty good up there. Let's start with the shocks. Let's get them together. We've got white shocks, red springs, and a black cap on the top, just for some good measure on there. Looking pretty cool. Off you come, and let's start getting some of this in. Now, there is a lot going on up here, including intercoolers, which normally go in from underneath. I'm going to save them for a little bit because there's just too much. Let's just crack on with the suspension. We got the cross member in a red, the steering rack in a yellow, and if I could click on it, the sway bar in an orange there. Just TruckFan's original ideas for the colours was a black, red, yellow, and orange. I did say the orange might be a bit weird because a lot of the parts up here have to go chrome, have to force chrome to get good colour on them. So they might turn out a bit bronze, but we have managed to squeeze a few bits of orange in there. Inner tie rod in a black, and then the knuckle also in that lovely little orange. Outer tie rod in a red there, and then we've got the bottom suspension arms in red. On you go. And then the upper suspension arms just up here in a lovely little yellow. Just sort of multi-colouring it, make it look a little bit different, a little bit fancy. In with that shock there, the yellow, red, and the black looking pretty good. And then we've got a black sway bar end link just on there to finish that one off. The main hub, knuckle cover, sorry, is in a red, and then the hub itself is in the black. On you go. We've got, if I could click on it, a wheel hub bearing in there, lovely brake disc on top. Then we've got a black hubcap, brake pads, and then some chrome yellow brake calipers on there just to finish that one off. That one will make a lot more sense when a lot more of this goes in. Let's get down the back and get the rear end all together. Red rear drive axle. Let's just get to a slightly better position. Spring cap in the yellow, and then the spring itself in a lovely little red on there with a black cap just to finish it off. Same as the front, looking pretty good. The shock itself also in that same yellow. Then we got the solid axle control arm also in the yellow with a black leaf spring plate, and then 2 yellow U-bolts on there just to finish that one off, adding splashes of red and that yellow, the 2 prominent colours of this one, plus the orange knuckle just on there. Then we got the wheel hub in the red, not the wheel hub, the knuckle cover, and then the drive axle in a lovely little black on there, finishing that one off. Brake disc, brake pad, and then the chrome yellow brake caliper just on there. There we go. That's about it. There are fuel tanks. Too many to carry on with. What I'm going to do when I come to do the engine bays is I won't have time to just go through every item like I normally do on these builds. What I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to do like a gloss over process. Here's the engine bay empty. Bang! There it is with everything in it. Then we'll talk a little bit about the colours and stuff like that. And I'll also do the same for this bed at the back. I'm going to crack on and get the rest of the suspension all in. Then we will move on to these engine bays. It's going to take forever before we go and build that beautiful turbocharged V8. Mostly red and yellow on that suspension with a tiny little bit of orange and a few splashes of black on there for good measure. It is now time to get on and get this engine bay sorted. This is going to be a nightmare. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sit here. I'm going to get everything in, and then we're just going to come back and look at it and talk about a few bits. So I will see you, I'm going to say a couple of seconds, but it won't be. It'll be a lot longer than that. But for you guys, it'll just be a couple of seconds. There we have it, the front engine bay all finished. As I say, I'm not going to talk about everything. We've got lots of intercoolers everywhere. A couple are in yellow. We've got a large yellow one down there, medium yellow one, a medium orange one, and then 2 small yellow ones up here. We've got yellow radiator with a black fan housing kits and chrome red fans. Another radiator down there with the same setup underneath. You can't see it from there. Dual batteries up here. We've got all of the coolant tanks in. More big old air filters in the lovely chrome red. Orange fuse boxes, 5 of them in total. 2 ECUs, 1A, 1B. 2 ABS pumps and modules, 1 over there, 1 just over there. And I think that's pretty much everything. On the air filters, the normal ones, we've got yellow clips all the way around on there. And then there's lots of loose lying air filters just in there for good measure. I think I've covered most of the stuff in the engine bay there. Very quickly and very loosely, but I think I've sort of covered it all. It does look pretty good, if I'm being honest. Let me just go into this mode so nothing pops up. Okay, that doesn't work there. Let's just go into this mode and keep on that fender. There we go. You can see it's very cluttered. There's a lot in there and a lot going on, but the red chrome, the orange chrome, and the yellow chrome do sort of go all right together. You did pick some good colour choices, TruckFan. You know how much I like the red anyway, but there we go. Looking pretty good for the front engine bay. We do have some more still to go, though, so let's go down the back. And if I just open this, and then I'll click somewhere, and then we've got all of this in the back as well, including EV batteries. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a central spot there, and I'm going to get it all filled in, and I'll be back in just a moment. And there we have it. That's everything in the back. We've got multiple air filters again. Another one just dropped down here, all in the chrome red with the yellow clips. Then we've got 4 fuel tanks, 1, 2, 3. Another one down the side there, 4, all with red tanks, yellow pumps. We also have the EV batteries. I've done them ones in the orangey, sort of metallic orange color. Looking pretty good on there, along with the large intercooler. And then this rear muffler just sticking up out the top. We've chrome blacked that one out. Looking pretty good on there, I think. Just close that one. This is why I did the cutouts on the livery, so they actually look like they're coming out of something, not just clipped into the bodywork. But that's it. That's the engine bay all sorted. I think I've got everything. It is very hard to tell. I think most of the things that goes on top of the engine. That's the engine cover that says made by Evernorth. Well done. Good job. What else have we got around here? Drive tunnel, drive shaft, exhaust. That's all for afterwards. Any more in here that I can see that I've missed? That goes in later. I think that is genuinely everything. At least I very much hope it is. It does look pretty cool at the front here, I'm not going to lie. I'm quite pleased with how that's come out, and it should look even better when we drop that twin-turbo V8 in there. So let's get on, and let's go build that next. Here we are then with the twin-turbo V8. We've got the oil pan, the block and the oil pan are both in a lovely red on there. All of the innards are all filled in here. There's lots of cam gears, timing chains, and stuff like that. It's easier to do it from underneath than it is from the top, but it can be done from either the top or the bottom. Best I just throw it in when I throw in all of the pistons and stuff like that. I find that's the easiest place to do it. But let's crack on. Let's get this engine back together. We're going to start the front with a water pump in a lovely chrome yellow just there on that red, looking fantastic. I think the block and the oil pan are the only bits that aren't chromed that are coloured. We'll see if I've remembered that correctly. It was a couple of hours ago I painted this engine, I'm not going to lie. Alternator in a chrome yellow just on there, in you go. And we'll nip over to this side. The AC compressor also in that chrome yellow, looking pretty sweet. Then we've got belt tensioner, just a little black one just down there. And the 2 idle rollers, they're both in a black as well. Let's just get you on and you on there. And then hopefully we can get this big old crankshaft pulley in just in the black. Then the belts, we've got the first serpentine belt there, and then the second one just over this side with another belt tensioner in there, just in the lovely black. Now, let's move up to these beasts of the engine heads. Look at the size of them. They are massive, and they're also chrome yellow. They've got a few bolts on them, so let's just get them in. In you go. There we go. Down you go. Let's get you in. Let's get you in. So the other thing we need in here is we've got camshafts. In you go. And in you go. Then we've got cam gears on the front here. In you go and in you go. Then we've got a lovely timing chain on this side. This is all mirrored exactly the same on the other side, with a timing shoe just there, a timing shoe just there, and there will be another timing shoe to go in under the head cover. And the head covers are also in the chromed out yellow. Lots and lots of bolts on this one, so I'm just going to get it all bolted in. I'll get the other side up to the same spot, and I'll see you in a moment. That's the other side, all taken care of up to the same spot, including the last timing chain shoe in there. Let's get you bolted on. And then we got more timing covers in that chrome yellow on the outside there. On you go. Still quite a bit to go on this engine, so let's crack on with it. Other side on just there, and we've got a lovely little cover just down here as well. Quite like this one. Also in that chrome yellow. Just finishing that off, looking pretty sweet on there. If we jump round to the back, one thing, we've got the yellow fuel filter, but we've also got these caps on the end, so we need to get these timing covers on as well. These are all chrome red, just to add a splash of different colour in there for good measure. There we go. And we'll get the oil filter while we're down here, also in just a normal yellow. What else have we got? Let's move on around. So we've got on the head covers themselves, VVL controllers. Now, I have just blacked all of these out because, well, I couldn't... I thought the red would be too much because there is a lot of red in the engine bay. There's some orange on this head anyway, and I just, you know, I didn't want to do anything else. I think they look good in black. It just separates it up enough. It keeps it separate. Higher pressure fuel injector is in the orange on there. We've got the dipstick tube. Oil dipstick tube. There we go. In just a black. Couldn't get my words out. And then the fuel rail just in an orange on the top there to finish that one off. We go over to the other side. The oil fill tube is just in a black. Then we've got the high pressure fuel in the orange, same as the other side. So let's just get all of this in and ready to go. In we go with that fuel rail, and that should be most of that. I do believe all we've got left now is these middle bits, so let's get going. I can't really remember. Exhaust manifolds, both of these are in black because the whole exhaust system is also in black. Then we got the two big old turbos, both of them in a chrome red on there. Then if we nip down to the front, we've got two big old chrome red intercoolers on the front here with some black throttles. On we go and on we go, along with the intake manifolds, which are in the chromed out orange on there. Looking pretty good. Just a splash of that on the side looks pretty epic. That's a lot of it. Let's get on. We need to move up the top. I'll finish the other side in a minute. The intake manifold bases are just in a black. I wanted some separation between the yellow and... I can't put it on yet. Do you know what I forgot? I forgot something very important on this engine that I should have talked to you guys about because everybody misses it, and I've just done that exact thing. All of these spark plugs, they like to hide away in here. In we go, in we go, in we go, which is why it wouldn't let me put the cover on that one as I was talking about it. I can't even find the spark plugs. There they are. In we go, in we go, in we go. We've also got coils to go on top there. And I've done these just in a chrome red just to finish it off. So once I get these in, it should let me put that cover on the top. And now it will. There we go. The black on this intake manifold is to separate the two yellows. There we go. That's what I was trying to say. Just to give it a bit of distance, bit of space. Not just fill it up with bright yellow. And I didn't want to put anything else on it. I think it looks pretty good. Let's get going. Nearly done now. I do promise this is quite a long one for me, definitely. Hopefully I can edit it down enough for you guys so it's not too bad. There we go. That's that all taken care of. One more piece left to go on here, and then the last piece goes on inside the engine bay. Oh, I forgot this piece. Let's just get you in. I might as well get this whole engine finished while we're here. I said I'd come back and do it in a minute, but it's not too bad. So let's just get it bolted up. There we go. And then the last piece that we can do on here is the engine cover, which I have kept in the chrome yellow. It leaves them red turbos just sticking out enough there. Looking pretty sweet. That is it for on the stand. I've just got one more bit left to do, and that's in the engine bay. So we're going to grab some pictures, and then we'll get this dropped in to our beautiful El Camino Team Trucks Drag Demolisher. Let's get this twin-turbo V8 dropped into the beautiful El Camino. Over we go. Let's see how good all this chrome looks. It's very chrome in there. Apart from the fuse boxes, left them not chrome. Let's get you in and see how good this looks then. Probably way too much. I quite like that, though. A lot of red around the outside with the chrome yellow. Not gold. I'm not saying gold. It's chrome yellow in the middle there. Looking pretty sweet with them red turbos sticking in. Now, a lot of people take the mick out of me. Not mick out of me, but bring up a lot that I use a lot of red. I do use a lot of red, and this one is no exception. There we go. That is the engine bay all finished. Let's get on underneath. We've got drive shafts to go in, shafts, multiples. 2 gearboxes to go in, again, don't know why, and a few other bits of exhaust. So let's crack on. If we jump up here, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to throw the normal gearbox in first. I tried to match this to the same red as the engine block. I don't think I've done too bad. It's not quite perfect, but it'll do. It's just about good enough. I forgot how many bolts are on this one, so I do apologise for that. Let's get you all in. In we go, in we go. And the last ones, there we go. Then we've got a lovely little yellow starter in here just to separate that up a little bit. Then, if we go down here, we've got the orange drive shaft. On we go. On you go. Let's get you bolted up in there as well. And then the big old drive shaft tunnel on top of that. I didn't even know this was possible, if I'm being honest. First gearbox under there, second gearbox at the back of this, technically connected to the rear drive axle, but we're just using our imagination a little bit. Black gearbox just at the back here. I kind of like the red bolts on it. I think they sort of give it an effect that we're going for, and it is in our colour scheme. There we go. Now, if we just nip back up a little bit, we've got all of the exhaust, which actually comes out of these two black air filters. I did forget to talk about them earlier. Don't know why, but it is what it is. It's pretty sweet. I quite like the setup, just not very realistic, I suppose. But there we go. TruckFan, you've made something absolutely crazy, wild and mental. Of course you have. Let's get this all finished off. There we go. Rear mufflers going in now. That's everything apart from the wheels, I do believe. Finally, honestly, you would no idea how long this has taken. In fact, if you use the quality of life mod to paint, you should download this one when it comes out just to see how long it does take to actually paint everything. But there we go. Only get the wheels done, the windows tinted, then we'll get this beautiful Team Trucks TC666 drag demolisher all finished off outside in the sun. Well, here we are, TruckFan. We have finished your Chevrolet El Camino. I say finished. We've just got a couple more pieces left to go in that I haven't shown anyone yet. There's a couple of bonus parts in here. Up the front, we've got a lovely little amplifier. I did try painting that. For some reason it didn't work, but never mind. We'll come off of that. In fact, I'll just throw these in from here because I can see them. Top one's a monitor. Bottom one is some hydro switches. We have got some colours in there, so I'm just going to jump in and take a seat in the passenger seat. We got an orange monitor on there and some orange switches. Hydro switches on the inside, just for good measure. There we go. Now that is all 100% finished. It's a shame that part wouldn't paint, but never mind. These things happen. There we are, all finished with the Team Trucks TC666 drag demolisher. Looking absolutely fabulous in there. And obviously that engine bay very chromed out. Still looking pretty sweet with the red and yellow. A few splashes of the orange in there. Obviously we've got a few extra bits down the back here as well. We just jump in, a lot of stuff tucked in the bed there for good measure. And then obviously all our suspension all painted lovely in red and yellow with a bit of orange and black in there as well. Absolutely fantastic. Let's quickly talk a little bit about these rims. These are the rims 1A, and my favourite rims. You've seen me use them many a times before. I quite like them. Two-tone on there. We got a pearl red on the outside, a normal black on the middle, and then our chrome yellow brake calipers sticking through there. Fronts here, this is a 19-inch rim we put on this one with a 275 width and a 25 profile on there. Down the back, bigger still. We got 20-inch rims down the back with a 375 width and a 35 profile on there. We've obviously got yellow on the tyres as well, matching in with the slogans down the side. Let's jump inside this beautiful drag demolisher. Check out the interior. Obviously, we just put the hydro switches and the monitor in. We got the transfer tunnel or transfer case underneath in the chrome orange sticking out through the bottom there. Our head's actually in the headrest, but we won't mind about that. Let's get this one started. See what she sounds like. Not a bad tick over from that V8. This one is a twin turbo, so expect that turbo whistle. Oh, that's got a long rev, hasn't it? There we go. Lots of revolutions on that one with that turbo whistle at the top end. Sounding pretty epic, but let's get this one into the dyno, see what the power is today, and see what the drag rating is for this absolute monster. Here we are in the dyno, and just before we jump in and get this one actually dynoed, I've had to change a few things. We all thought this was finished. It turns out it wasn't quite finished. One thing I sort of already knew, but wasn't 100% sure on, is we've had to remove one of the ECUs. You can't have two ECUs. It messes up with the ECU tuning. And the second thing is, I figured this would be a problem, but didn't know for definite. We've removed the second drive tunnel along with the rear gearbox at the back because it was causing all sorts of problems with the gear ratios and actually racing this thing. Bit of a blooper there from TruckFan, but I say bit of a blooper, super blooper from TruckFan there. But it's all sorted now. Let's get the dyno done and then get this one onto the drag strip. Here we are then on the dyno with the twin turbo V8 Vantage engine stuffed into a Chevrolet El Camino, specifically Team Trucks drag demolisher, 835 factory horsepower. What have we added today with lots of performance parts, and what is our drag rating? Wow, a 219% gain, two whole new engines back on top. 1,825 horsepower gained, bringing us up to 2,659 horsepower from this El Camino, and a drag rating of a 999. I feel like that one's a given them numbers there, but it is what it is. Let's go and have a look at the gearbox tuning setup. Over we go. That's what I've gone for today, a 2 ratio, 121. Very short first gear, but 121 kilometers an hour in it, stretching all the way out to 539 kilometers an hour in top gear. We have got the ECU fully tuned, ready to go. No carburetors, so let's get over to the drag strip, see what our competition is today with this insane El Camino drag demolisher. Here we are then at the drag strip with the TC666 drag demolisher from Team Trucks, based on a Chevrolet El Camino. King of the Sands, 1 mile and A-class. Wonder who our competition is going to be today. Who have we got? Couple of unicorns, Dodge Charger 777s a couple of times. Who have we actually got in here? Payne in the RTR Unicorn version 2. Jackal in the Skyline drag. That's quite cool. Who else have we got? That look. Oh, left block, sorry. New subscriber in the Dodge Charger 777. So let's get into it. See what we can do against our Dodge Charger 777. See if we can smash it. I do love that Dodge Charger 777. We are going to do one incredibly soon, I promise. But we need to try and beat this one here today. So let's jump inside and let's get going. Off the line, that's always a good sign. I have had quite a few failed tests in this beautiful little drag demolisher. But let's see what we can get up to. What can we cross the line at? What will our quarter of a mile speed and time be? Let's get going. We're into top gear. We're doing all right. 450, 470, 480, come on. 485, that looked like crossing the line. I think we did win. We did win as well. 485 kilometers an hour for the top speed and 8.381 seconds to the quarter of a mile. That's pretty good. And an 18.926 to the 1 mile. In fact, that's very good. I'm quite impressed with that one. Did a number on the Dodge Charger 777. I did think that one would do a little bit better there. I don't think I was quite prepared for us, though. So let's get into the next one and see who we're up against. Payne's still in, as sadly Jackal got knocked out in the Skyline there. Left block still in the Dodge Charger 777. And our next race is against the Ford Mustang GT66. Can we beat that one? Let's go find out. Beautiful looking Mustang over there. I do love the GT66. Can we beat it in our El Camino Team Trucks drag demolisher? Only one way to find out. Let's go. Off the line, that is always a good sign. Into second gear. Whoa, that Mustang's gone. Into third. Can we catch it? I hope we can catch it. Come on, little El Camino, you can do it. Fly past it. See you later, Mustang. Goodbye. Into sixth gear. Are we going to get a better run than our first run? I hope so, but it's going to be difficult. Let's see what we've got then. 485 again across the line. An 8.440 to the quarter of a mile. Not quicker. And an 18.999. Again, not quicker. But we absolutely destroyed that Mustang. Exactly the same. I was pretty much similar to the Dodge Charger 777. So into the next round. Let's see who we've got. Well, sadly, Payne is out and left block is out as well. So we've just got two Dodge Charger 777s, one RTR Unicorn version 4, and the El Camino Team Trucks TC666 drag demolisher. Can we beat this Dodge Charger 777 and hopefully have something different in the final? Let's find out. Well, that is a beautiful colour on that Dodge Charger 777. That looks stunning. Really like that one. Can we beat it in the El Camino? Let's find out. Let's go. Oh, didn't jump the lights. I have done that a few times in practice, seeing if we could get there and hoping I won't do it too many more times. In fact, I hope I won't do it anymore. We can just get on and win this tournament with the Team Trucks El Camino. Let's get into top gear. Come on, El Camino. Get your best run yet. Cross the line at a better speed. You can do it. Oh, I think I actually did at 486. It was at 486. And an 8.163. This really was the best time. And an 18.646 to the 1 mile. The best time yet. Absolutely smashing job there by that Chevrolet El Camino. 8.163. That is incredible. Very impressed there. Again, absolutely smashed the Dodge Charger 777. This one did a little better than the first one. But let's get into the final and see if we've got the other one in the final. Sadly, we are up against another Dodge Charger 777, but I'm all right with that. It means theoretically we should win. We've already beaten 2 today. Can we beat the third with the Team Trucks drag demolisher? I definitely preferred the colour of the last one, but that is still looking pretty good. Hopefully, it's going to be a roughly the same tune, so we can still beat it. But let's get in. Let's go. Last race, we can do this. Off the line without jumping the lights. Into second, into third. Come on, El Camino. That Dodge Charger was in front of us. Looks like we've taken the lead again now. Into fifth gear. Can we smash it in the very last one and get the quickest time today? Probably not, but there is only one way to find out. Let's get across that finish line. Was that better? It looked like 486 again. It was indeed an 8.316. Still quicker than our first run, but not quicker than the one we just did. And an 18.815. Quicker than our first run, but not quicker than the one we just did. So, I mean, I've had a bit of bad luck with this. It seems to pretty much almost always be my first run that is the best run, and it goes downhill from there. Whereas this one's been totally different. The second to last run was the best one, and the last run was still better than the first two. So there we go. Let's go collect our winnings. Get ready to say goodbye to this El Camino. Once we've got it, onto the speeder board. Thank you very much, 11,250. Always happy to have that. And we started this build on a profit already, so this should be good sign. Let's get back to the garage, say goodbye to the El Camino, and get it on the speeder board. Well, there we go. Happy birthday, TruckFan. Third on the speeder board. I was not quite expecting that. There we go. That's quite impressive. The TruckFan's Chevrolet El Camino Team Trucks TC 666 Drag Demolisher is third. 2,659 horsepower, 8.163 seconds to the quarter mile, 18.646 seconds to the 1 mile, with a top speed of 486 kilometers an hour, 302 miles per hour. There you are in your third place podium. Sat there looking pretty. Very good company you are up there with. And I feel like you're going to be sat there for just a little while. Not quite in the 7 seconds, but 8.163. And I can't believe you smashed down the McLaren F1 wide body down a place into fourth. Bit of a shame, that one. Fiat 500 still on there, and I absolutely love that. Anyway, let's go and see our lovely little El Camino. Out the front we go. There she is, looking pretty. That engine bay in there looks absolutely glorious with the chrome red, chrome yellow, and some chrome orange as well, along with some neutral finishes. And we did remove that ECU from down there, along with the drive tunnel and the additional gearbox, because that was what was causing everything to break. So there we go. Lessons were learned, mistakes were made. But there we go. We all learn from it. Interior looking absolutely fantastic. I did prefer it with the drive tunnel in the interior, if I'm being honest. I genuinely did. But there we go. We're all finished. We do need to know some facts and figures about this one. Is it worth it? Can we make our money back? Let's get in. Let's talk about it. Let's have a look. Now, I bought the truck for 52,887, and if you stuck around for long enough at the beginning, you would have known that I was making a profit of 3,993 if we were to sell it there and then, but we did not. We have since spent another 141,776 on this absolute beast, getting it to look like it does now. All the colours through that front grille look beautiful, with a total spend of 194,663. Can we make a profit from this one? TruckFan's beautiful creation is not on the workshop yet. I'm sure it will be in the near future once it's tidied up. I won't say tidied up a little bit more. We've done most of the tidying up now, getting it fixed. We just need to get permissions and stuff like that. And this beautiful livery that will come with it. Hopefully, as long as you can figure out how to get them uploaded. That's on you, TruckFan. You do that one. But yes, so can we make a good deal? Did we get some good profit from this little beast? All 100% completed, 211,000 kilometers with a 2,659 horsepower twin turbo V8 from an Aston Martin. A gain of 219%. Absolutely incredible. But can we make some money? No. We spent 194,663 in total, and we can sell it for 166,214, losing out on 27,887. But we did have our drag strip winnings. Obviously, take away our entry fee, 10,250. Leaves us still with a minus of 17,637. Ouch. But never mind. We don't mind a bit of profit or loss. We do have nearly 43 million, but 42 million, but never mind. That's it for today. I really enjoyed that one. Thank you for that, TruckFan. Most importantly, happy birthday. And for everybody else, happy new year. What have we got coming up next? Well, I keep mentioning the Dodge Charger 777, so it's about time. Whoa, jumpy game. Still very jumpy game. What is happening? It's about time that we got on and got this one all sorted and ready to go. This one is made by Payne. It is absolutely fantastic. 179,000 kilometers in this one. We got it from the auction house, and it's not bad. I've definitely seen a lot worse. I've definitely seen a lot better, but we can live with that one. It's got in it the V8 double overhead cam, a supercharged engine, but we can swap it to any one of these. And I'll be honest, I think I might just keep it the double overhead cam. Maybe we'll switch to the 2-carb so we can get a carb tune in there. We haven't had one of them for a little while. So actually, yes, we'll swap it to the 2-carb overhead valve, supercharged, just so that we can get the carburetors in there. Did I get a good deal on this one? No, but not bad. 84,430 is what I paid, and I could sell it for 83,625, losing out on only 805. Hopefully, we can claw that one back as long as it's not as expensive as the El Camino TruckFan's version, which would be a bit of a shame. But there we go. That's it for today's video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, please consider subscribing. Trying to get ourselves up to 500 subscribers by my birthday, which is the 19th of February. Hoping to do that so that we can build ourselves a drag strip fire truck. It is going to be stanced. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be powerful. And hopefully it'll have an awesome livery on it. So if you want to subscribe, you can definitely do so. It'll definitely help the channel out, help me grow and support us throughout the years. But that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful new year. Well, I hope you had a wonderful new year, that is. We are on Monday after all. I'm not quite on Monday myself. It's still 2022. But don't tell anyone. Thank you again. Have an excellent day. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.